Invest in success with Pub Quiz Prep.
Well, hello and welcome back to Pub Quiz Prep, the trivia training school that allows you to reach the magnitude of your full potential. Okay, what have I got for you today? I have got you a round of trivia, Volume 5, Round 6. Let's dive straight on in. Question number 1. In reference to Irish sport, what does GAA stand for? Or as one of my Irish friends gets a bit of a kick out of me saying, what does GAA stand for? Question number 2. Is a proboscis a community of retired miners who meet fortnightly to discuss harness racing? Is it a term used to loosely describe unsubstantiated and often unwanted interactions between humans and extraterrestrials? Or is it in fact an elongated appendage jutting out from the head of an animal? So what is a proboscis? Is it a community of retired miners who meet fortnightly to discuss harness racing, among other things? Or is a proboscis a term used to loosely define unsubstantiated and often unwanted interactions between humans and extraterrestrials? Or is it an elongated appendage jutting out from the head of an animal? Question number 3. What former Strictly Come Dance In winning English cricketer scored 114 first-class centuries, that's 100 runs, very impressive, yet I've got a bit of a typo there. I've actually gone ahead and read the typo rather than fixed it on the fly. And then I very nearly was then going to say alone, but what it should be is only. Only. There we go. Let me start that question again. So, what former Strictly Come Dancing winning English cricketer scored 114 first-class centuries, yet only managed 2 centuries in 52 test matches playing for his country? So that must be a record. What former Strictly Come Dancing winning English cricketer scored 114 first-class centuries, but in 52 test matches only scored 2 centuries when playing for his country? Okay, well, we got through it. Question number 4. Is it thought that the 2019 novel coronavirus originated from a spoiled batch of barley malt used at a Mexican brewery, or snakes sold at a seafood market in China, or was slowly transferred onto the hats made by a milliner in Nova Scotia? Okay, so a bit of a historical question, this one, but at the time of writing, is it thought that the 2019 novel coronavirus originated from a spoiled batch of barley malt used at a Mexican brewery, or animals sold at a wet market in China, or was it slowly transferred onto the hats made by a milliner in Nova Scotia? Question number 5. What country built the Hiten spacecraft, or even the Hidden spacecraft, HITEN, which became the first lunar probe launched by a country other than the Soviet Union or the United States? And there's a clue there. So, what country built the Hidden spacecraft, which became the first lunar probe launched by a country other than the Soviet Union or the US? Question number 6. What did James W. Marshall discover in California in January the 24th, 1842? And this isn't some kind of random kind of small thing. It's a legitimate trivia question. I'm not making this stuff up. So what did James W. Marshall discover in California on January the 24th, 1848? It had huge ramifications. Question number 7. The supermarket chain Aldi started in what country? The supermarket chain Aldi started in what country? Question number 8. Who was the first tennis player to win medals at 4 different Olympic Games? Who was the first tennis player to win medals at 4 different Olympic Games? And they were all summer games, if that makes it easier for you to process. Question number 9. So what was the name of the ship in the film Titanic? What was the name of the ship in the film Titanic? Question number 10. Which is longer on Venus? A Venus day or a Venus year? Surely not. So, which is longer on Venus? A Venus day or a Venus year? Take a moment just to collate your answers. Make sure you've answered every question. You don't get any marks for a non-answer, and you don't get any marks for you don't get any marks removed for a wrong answer, so just have a crack at every single question. Okay, here we go. So, in reference to Irish sport, what does GAA stand for, or if you like GAA? It stands for the Gaelic Athletic Association. And a big shout out to Kat Keeley. Okay, question 2. A proboscis is in fact an elongated appendage jutting out from the head of an animal. Now, the very, very successful English cricketer when it came to first-class cricket, but not so much when it came to test cricket, was Mark Ramprakash. Okay, so the 2019 novel coronavirus was thought to originate from animals sold at a wet market in China. You can just ask Donald if you need any clarification on that one. Question number 5. So what country built the hidden spacecraft? Well, that was Japan. And, okay, so what did James W. Marshall discover in California? Well, it was gold. And he actually found that at a wood mill. And this led, of course, to the California Gold Rush. So a bit of history there, a bit of fun, a bit of trivia, and a bit of history, all rolled into one. Okay, so now there can only be one answer to this one, really. So who was the first tennis player to win medals at 4 different Olympic Games? Well, of course, that is Venus Williams. Okay, so what was the name of the ship? And I'm calling it a ship because it's over 50 meters, and people say, if it's under 50, call it a boat. If it's over 50, call it a ship. Okay, so I'm glad we've got that out of the system. What was the name of the ship in the film Titanic? Just check. Titanic, or I would also accept RMS Titanic. Question number 10. Speaking of Venus, which is longer on Venus, a Venus day or a Venus year? Well, funnily enough, it is in fact a Venus day. Now, one Venus day is equivalent to 243 Earth days. That being said, one Venus year is equivalent to 225 Earth days. So there we go. That all sounds a bit back to front, but a bit of astrophysics there for you. Look it up. Fascinating. Thank you so much for playing. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Pub Quiz Prep, or Under the Lid, 121 Seconds, The Dirt Effect, Axon ASMR. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for playing Pub Quiz Prep. Question everything.
I regularly go home with the meat trays now.